Water department started on the new water line project over to the Brick and Tile Park. As they're gonna be working over there for the next little bit, hopefully not get called off for breaks or anything like that, but that's in the works, so you'll see some work going on over there, getting things prepped up so we can get the water system over there ready for upcoming grass, and being able to use a couple hydrants to regular water hydrants to wash things off and clean things and such. So that's going to be starting today.
That's part of the grant.
That is part of the grant. That is funded all through the grant. So all we're doing is the manpower side of it. So the airport, they are almost finished putting in the new navigation aid project. And now what that does is assist pilots coming in to land and stuff. And once that is up and finished, then the FAA will come in and recertify all that, and we'll be right back up to top notch out at the airport. So that's kind of a big project that Bill Jackson and his guys have been working on out there. So that's kind of a big deal. Got to have that proper equipment to land planes instead of guessing, I guess. As everybody might have seen, or if you haven't seen yet, the bridge over the Arroyo at 3rd and Adams, between 3rd and Adams and 3rd and Cooper, they started that project today. So that bridge is shut down right now. They did get the top surface ripped down today, and TLM will be assessing the concrete underneath it and get ready to lay a waterproofing membrane before they go back in and asphalt it. So that's gonna be able to give us hopefully another 15 to 20 years lifespan on that bridge, so we're not like we are on the other bridge across town trying to figure out how we're gonna get that replaced one of these days. So hopefully they're not at the same time, but this is gonna buy us some time. The good thing is our street crew and them are able to do a majority of that project. Their goal right now is to be done in 2 weeks, but hopefully sooner. So if it opens up sooner, great, but we're not gonna give a date of that yet, but 2 weeks at the most. And then also be working on the project over there at over on Grayson and Bradish. But in turn too, they gotta remember, we can only asphalt and lay pavement at certain times during the week. They only make it one time a week, so they have to build projects around that. So that's what is gonna be taking a little bit over there on Bradish and Grace as well, is not only the asphalt, but making sure people aren't parking in the areas when they're trying to do work and such. So just kind of keep that in mind over at 3rd and Adams. You might have seen around town too, some new trash cans starting to pop up. This is kind of, I'm kind of stealing away from the utility board a little bit, but Martin ordered a bunch of new trash cans, and they're black and orange to kind of show some school colors. So as those are starting to be replaced or new services are put in, you'll start seeing some black and orange ones around town. And I think I've seen probably a dozen or so far in different places, and they look pretty snazzy, I gotta say.
So it's
The residential trash cans. So the wheel with the wheels on it, it's those.
because mine are in really bad shape.
So you can get a hold of Martin and see what they say. But I tell you what, the new ones look pretty snazzy, and go Tigers.
I've seen Rocky Fords and I like those.
They're red and yellow ones. They stick out and you can really see them. So that was all on the sanitation department. So kudos to them.
Cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Other than that, summer programs are going. Pool's getting ready to kick off. I know they have a big opening next week. A big shindig with all kinds of stuff going on their first day, and they got all their part-time lifeguards hired, putting them through some training early next week, so they're ready to go. So that's where we're at. Everything's going pretty good.
You want to mention Starburst real quick?
Oh yes, we did receive notification that the city of La Junta received the Starburst Award through the Colorado Lottery for the Brick and Tile Park. This is kind of a big deal because it's just not handed out. It has to meet certain criteria. And this Thursday, the Colorado Lottery and them are going to come down, and they're going to be filming a little video about the Brick and Tile Park. And I believe it's going to be about 8 o'clock or 8:15 in the morning. They're encouraging families and kids to be there at the park, to be hanging out, doing things. They're also going to be interviewing the past city manager, Rick Klein, and all his efforts that he did to help get that park. And then I believe Brock Hinkhouse is going to be doing some talking about the park as well, since he is the Parks and Recreation Director. So I think it's gonna be a great thing. They're gonna put a video together and really get that out for us. So, it's a great award to get through, Colorado Lottery for this, and it's been a very, very long time since we've gotten one before, so.
Did they, select it just on their own, or was something submitted?
Some information was given, but then with the grant that was submitted, and everything, I believe that kind of helped trigger it. And, but they saw it, and we had a conference call last week, and they're gonna do this this coming Thursday.
Awesome,
So-
great job.
Yeah, thanks.
I have a question.
Sure.
Did you mention the intersection by Carson down there by Twisted Steel and Safeway? What's going on with that?
They're gonna be working on that here as soon as they get these other projects.
Mhm.
They've gotta finish that one up and a couple more in that area.
Okay.
Again, we've got these other two big projects, a painting project downtown, which that won't take the entire crew, but that is on their radar.
Okay,
And again, it'll be on when they get asphalt and stuff.
okay, thank you.
So,
No, good job to the street crew because it started on Carson, them doing,
Yes.
from Fifth down
Yes, it did.
to Second. They did that all on their own. That was all in-house work.
Yep.
And then going over to Bradish and Grace and doing that, and now the bridge.
Yep.
That's gonna be really good for them to get that experience under their belts and
Yeah.
keep
And-
going from here on out.
And the other thing with those pumps, as Paul was talking about earlier, being automatic, they're gonna add floats to those, so it monitors the water. They're not gonna change their process, so if it does we do get heavy rains, they are automatically gonna respond down there and make sure they're going. They're not just gonna rely on
No
it.
trust.
So,
Yeah.
try to get that, making sure that's going. And they're also looking at maybe having maintenance done once a year. That's what kind of triggered it this year, of having this company come in, do maintenance on those every single year to keep everything up and running. And then we're looking at maybe putting a carport type structure over the big pump to kind of help protect it from the weather, but still make it functional. We're gonna have to put that out to bid, of course, and everything, but we're still working on that, trying to make sure we can fit it into budget and not have to wait till next year, hopefully.
A lot going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they're doing a great job, all the departments are.
You guys are